Good morning, everyone. I just wanted to check in. I have some thoughts that have been popping up into my head that I thought might be helpful for people. Mason. He's pushing the blinds aside and making a big noise. Just been laying low this morning. I feel like I've got a cold coming on. It hasn't really manifested into much, but enough to just make me not want to do anything. I just drinking lots of water and tea, elderberry and eucalyptus, essential oils to kind of help with the congestion, and lots of sleeping, just giving myself the tools that my body feels like it needs to keep it from manifesting into like a big cold, rinsing my sinuses out, stuff like that. So I'm just kind of in this mood. But I have to say, I'm noticing that my mental accessibility has been changing lately. I've been really focusing on practicing having a calm, quiet mind and finding my breath, meditating. I get a lot of inspiration from the Buddhist culture, and really doing a lot of reading and investing in time in myself, and having a quiet mind and practicing having a quiet mind. And it's really, I'm finding helping me to, when I am feeling anxious or I'm starting to feel panicked, that because I'm practicing those things when I'm calm, my mind is automatically saying when I start to get anxious, find your breath, find your breath. And I'm able to access the skills I'm practicing better. And it's funny because this is something that I used to teach to my students when I always talked about, especially with parents, like when a child is having a hard time regulating their emotions or are not able to calm down, and you're telling them to calm down, they can't calm down if they don't know what calm feels like. And so within my classroom, every morning we would practice breathing and having a calm mind and a calm body. It was a nice way to start the day, but also it gave them the tools in their toolbox to access, and the repetition of it to be able to recall when they were feeling upset, to practice teaching them how to breathe. One of the tricks I would use with them was like, pretend like you're smelling a rose and blow out your candle. That was a trick to teach them how to breathe. And so I would be able to get them to access their breath when they were upset by teaching them that technique before when they were calm. And then it really helped with them learning how to self-regulate. And so it's so funny that you spend all your time, I think this happens with a lot of professions, you forget to apply it to yourself. And so it's taken a lot of like self-reflection and carving time out to have a quiet mind in order to be able to access that for myself. And I'm noticing I'm I'm clenching my diaphragm constantly, and that is I'm pretty positive that's been going on for so long, and that's a trauma. I think the body remembers a trauma response, and how my body is trying to make itself feel protected, and I'm catching myself. I'm really becoming aware of my body and what my body is doing, because I'm practicing quieting my mind. Because then when you quiet your mind, you can see everything. It's like the the ripples. If you're trying to see your reflection in the ripples in the water, you can't see it. You have to wait for the water to clear and to be calm for you to see yourself. And so I'm noticing with check-ins, like I have to almost fight to relax my diaphragm and my core, because it's clenched all of the time. And it's almost like I'm fighting to get it to let go. Like, it'll make my stomach upset. I clench so hard, kind of a situation. So that's a new level of awareness that I haven't had before. I'm also noticing that my interactions with others is changing, because I'm able to see a response to something I say, not as like me reacting emotionally, but to see where their response might be coming from, to look deeper behind how they're responding. And it makes it so I'm not reacting emotionally, because I'm thinking logically. I'm not saying I'm not emotional. I've actually, I find lately I cry at the drop of a hat over the littlest thing. I've kind of telling you guys I'm trying to like wean off of some of my anxiety medications, because they just don't make me feel great. And I'm feeling more. When a piece of music comes on that I love instrumental pieces, especially like movie scores. I've always had a love for that. I would lay in my room for hours as a kid listening, picking apart my brain, every piece of the orchestra, with my eyes closed, just imagining what was happening. And that love is coming back. I'm feeling again. It felt like everything's been kind of, not just the sadness and the anxiety has been kind of like damped down with these anxiety meds. And now that I'm coming off of such a high dose, I'm feeling everything again. But it is taking a lot more work, and a lot of meditating and reflecting and quiet time to keep those really strong emotions in check. Yeah, it's work. It's a lot of work, but so far it's been worth it. It's a constant work. It's also a lot of work to not do anything. There's been times I'm realizing that I want to fill my day with doing something, like all of the time, because that's easier than dealing with what's in my head. And I'm realizing how much I've done that my entire life, and that stems back from childhood trauma, to avoid feeling, and not realizing that I was doing that. I just thought I needed to be busy. But the more, if I'm kind of sitting here and I'm like, oh, I should get up and do something, I think I've been starting to think to myself, no, take this time to calm your mind, to calm your body, check in with your breath, check in with your emotions, and give yourself space to do that so that you can give your all to everyone around you. And it's really difficult to change that mindset. It's so difficult to change that mindset. We live in a society where we're taught, especially I think women, that you need to be doing something all of the time to be valued, to not waste. There is a part too where when you lose someone, you feel like you can't waste any time because you truly know how precious time is, and you feel like you're wasting time by sitting still and being quiet, but really you're not. It's like some of the most valuable time you can give yourself. And I'm starting to make that mental switch that that's actually way more valuable time than going and washing the pile of dishes. And that pile of dishes, if I usually set a 10-minute timer, I can get it done, no problem. So yeah, making time is hard to do, not just because it's not a priority for a lot of us. Society says we're not supposed to have time to sit and think and calm our mind and connect with everything around you. When you calm your mind, you realize you're reminded constantly of how you're connected with everything around you. I feel so at peace when I do this. I've even kind of started trying to look at little daily tasks as a meditation. Like when I'm cleaning the kitchen, putting all of my energy and thought into into the task that I'm doing, and to breathe deeply and put on calming music while I'm doing it. And it's very, actually, when you do it that way, it's very meditative. And I actually come out cleaning the kitchen, like quite calm, and clear-headed, and kind of putting my loving energy into the house, thinking of it that way, and taking care of the house. Changes the perspective. Just some thoughts. That I hope, if someone's sitting on the couch thinking I should get up and do something, and you hear this, maybe it'll help you flip your perspective on, actually, this is a really valuable time to just sit and breathe and put that energy back into yourself. Yeah, I hope that helps somebody. I'm going to keep drinking my coffee. I need to start drinking some water. And then I might go back to bed. I just kind of feel like that's what my day needs to be, is resting. And that hard work on those resting days is keeping my mind and my body from getting antsy and fidgety, and embracing it. So that's what I'm going to strive to do today. You guys have a wonderful day, and I will talk to you soon. Bye.